Good morning, everyone. I'm wearing glasses today for fun, and so I could see better. And I'm here with my friend, and she's a beautiful singer, and she's really good at cleaning fireplaces and friends. She is friends with all the animals and birds in the forest. Can you lean in a little closer? Can you guess her name? Can you do a little singing sample so they could guess your name? You're too shy right now? She has a fairy godmother, and her name is Cinderella. And today we're going to read the Bully Brothers Gobblin Halloween
Oh, I love this book.
by Mike Thaler and illustrated by Jared Lee.
I love this book.
Cinderella loves this book. It's a funny one.
And the fairy godmother likes it too.
She does. It was Halloween. Bubba and Bumpo had a plan. Here's the page one where it says it was Halloween. They invited all the kids on their block for a pre-trick-or-treat party. They told them they would bob for apples and have punch. There they are. He says, "How do you spell punch?" Here's the first letter in punch. When their guests arrived, Bubba and Bumpo grabbed their coats and hung them up. And then they said, "What nice costumes," said Bubba. "What nice costumes," said Bumpo. "Suckers!" That's what they're thinking. They didn't say that, but it sounds like the beginning of a trick-or-treat story with no treats and some tricks. "You better take 'em off," said Bumpo. "Yeah, or they'll get wet when we bob for apples," said Bumpo. Even the dog is in on this trick. He is a rascally, no-good mutt. Rodney Fish took off his clown costume and Bubba hung it up. "Anyone want to see me juggle?" There's Rodney Fish, the best juggler on the block. Cynthia Melnick took off her pirate costume and Bumpo hung it up. "Ahoy, mateys!" Freezer took off his skeleton costume, and Bubba and Bumpo both hung it up.
Because it was huge.
Right, and he says, "When do we eat?" He's hungry. He's got to keep up that figure of his. Stats hung up his baseball outfit, and Goody hung up her fairy godmother costume. "Make a wish!" That's what Goody said. "Make a wish." "Well," said Bubba, "let's bob for apples." They all went into the bathroom, and Bubba filled the bathtub with water. Bumpo dropped in a apple. That means one apple in a bathtub. Do you know where this is headed, guys? Can you guess?
Trouble.
That's right. "Is that it?" asked Cynthia Melnick. "Only one apple?" said Stats. "And where's the punch?" said Freezer. Bubba pointed to the water in the bathtub. "That's the punch after we're done bobbing," said Bumpo. "We don't like it too strong," said Bubba. "That's disgusting," said Cynthia Melnick. "I am leaving." But before she could leave, Bubba and Bumpo ran out and locked the bathroom door. "Let us out!" everyone shouted. "Later," said Bubba, giving Bumpo a high five. Oh my goodness. They locked them in.
And now they're done. I know what they're going to do.
Then they went to the coat rack, and you know what they did?
Grabbed all the costumes and put them on.
They did. Bumpo put on Rodney's clown costume, and Bubba put on Cynthia's pirate costume. They gave each other another high five and walked out the door.
What?
Kidnapping. From house to house, they heard a lot of yelling and screaming, so they made... from their house, they heard a lot of shouting and screaming, so they made a sign in front of it that said, Haunted House, and they tacked it on the front of the door, and then they skipped off down the block to trick-or-treat. So all the kids were screaming in there in their bathroom, but they made believe it was a haunted house, so that people wouldn't think there was any mischief going on. Then they went to every house in the neighborhood and returned with bulging sacks.
Of candy.
Yes, and goodies. Then they both got into Freezer's skeleton costume. A two-headed skeleton, smiled Bubba, looking in the mirror. Cool, said Bumpo. The two-headed skeleton gave itself a high five and skipped out the door as screams rose from the bathroom. After making the rounds again, they came back with more sacks of treats. There's only 2 costumes left, said Bubba. I'll wear the baseball outfit, and you be the fairy godmother. Bumpo looked in the mirror. Whoops, skipped a page. No way, said Bumpo. He didn't want to wear the dress. Okay, we'll flip on it, said Bubba, tossing up a coin. Tails, shouted Bumpo. It came down heads. Bubba put on the baseball cap. 2 out of 3, pleaded Bumpo. Bubba held up the pink sequin tutu. 3 out of 5, pleaded Bumpo. It's not so bad, said Bubba, helping him into it. Bumpo looked in the mirror and adjusted the shoulder strap. Bubba held up the magic wand. The wand, too, moaned Bumpo. The wand, too, smiled Bubba. Bumpo took the wand and sadly followed Bubba out of the house, but after a few compliments, he began to feel better, and soon he was casting spells and granting wishes. You're now a prince, whoosh! I think he was starting to like being a
fairy.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk? After their 3rd round of trick-or-treating, they returned home. They took off their costumes, sat down on the living room rug, and emptied out all of their goodies. Yum, said Bubba, downing a donut. Yum, said Bumpo, munching a candy bar. They gleefully gobbled their way through the whole pile. Can you guess what's going to happen next,
Yes.
Cinderella?
They're going to get full and get sick, and then unlock everybody from the back.
Let's see. Soon they had eaten all the candy, all the cookies, all the popcorn, pocketed the loose change, and rolled the apples under the couch. Because really, who wants apples for Halloween? I mean, really. Bubba looked at Bumpo. I don't feel so good, he said. Bubba looked at Bumpo. I don't feel so good either.
I told you they were going to get sick.
You were right.
I
Their
think they're still
tummies
going
were...
to unlock a little bit from the back.
You think so? Bubba looked at Bumpo again. He was turning green. Bumpo looked at Bubba, and he was turning green. Ooh, that's how it looks when you eat too much candy. You feel just like that. Gross. They grabbed their stomachs and ran for the bathroom. They threw open the bathroom door. Out ran all their guests. They ran right over Bubba and Bumpo straight to the coat rack and put on their costumes.
I knew they were going to unlock everybody from the rock.
Let's see if I could read backwards. Now let's have a real party, said Cynthia Melnick. We'll get, let's see, I can't do it all. We'll get pizzas, said Freezer, and ice cream, said Goody, and rent a horror video, said Stax. Sounds great, said Bubba. Can we come, said Bumpo. No, said everyone. And they left. They all walked out the door. They said, forget you. You locked us in a bathroom with a bathtub and one apple. But some people just don't get it. Gee, said Bumpo, we invited them to our party. Some people just don't got any gratitude, said Bumpo, throwing up in Bubba's pocket. Yeah. And that, my friends, is a greedy story. A greedy Halloween story.
Woo!
And I hope that you
get beaten by a ghost.
Ooh, oh, let's sing the song. We sat around the hearth of the fireplace, and Papa was away upstairs. We sat around and shook, and we didn't dare look at the shadows in the backs of the stairs. For who told the real ghost story?
Uncle Will told a real ghost story.
A story that would scare you too.
About
7 little ghosts up on 7 little posts, singing boo, boo, boo. Happy Halloween. Say goodbye, Cinderella.
Bye-bye.
I hope you get your gown from your fairy godmother.